I just want to have a little talk about the current state of COVID-19. Obviously, I've spoken at length about the past things of COVID-19. The most recent thing I think I spoke about was Dominic Cummings, or Jafar, as I call him, or Cumface as well. But what I want to address at the minute is the fact of how many things are changing. Somebody pointed out on Facebook yesterday, I think it was my mate Gary, who pointed out how the lines around the podiums have changed from red to green. That's gotta mean something, surely. Why would they have these big red chevrons saying stay home, protect the NHS, save lives, and then change it to a green one? Stay alert, control the virus, save lives. Now that middle one, let's face it, means no sense to anybody. Control the virus. How the fuck are we meant to do that? Well, obviously they're saying you do track and trace. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's now test and trace. And the reason it's changed to test and trace is because track and trace didn't get through the courts because it contravenes data protection laws. So you can't have track and trace. We can't download an app. Apart from anything else, they've been trialling it on the Isle of Wight, and despite what they tell you on the media, I've got family in the Isle of Wight, it is bombed in the Isle of Wight, mate. Whatever they tell you on the telly about how well it's doing in the Isle of Wight is a complete pack of lies. It's bombed in the Isle of Wight. And also it contravenes data protection laws, because you can't just say, I walk past this person's phone. You have to have somebody's permission to be able to ring them up. Now, my question is, now they've changed it to test and trace. You voluntarily have a test, and then if you've got it, which the likelihood is you will have, even if you don't have COVID-19, because they don't test, there is no test for COVID-19. But basically, if you test positive for coronavirus, that's it. They're going to basically get all of your information, your friends' information. You willingly grasp them up to the man, and how is that also not contravening data protection laws? It's just because you're giving it, that's only the same as getting it from a Bluetooth device. I still don't give you any authority to gain my contact details. So, if my next door neighbour, my relative, my friend gives you my details, you still don't have the authority to use those details from me. So unless they change data protection laws, what the fuck can they do with it? Also, I'd just like to point out, does anybody remember Wuhan? When it first started and people were falling dead in the streets, thankfully, all those people who fell dead in the streets did so in front of people in hazmat suits who came out and dragged them off. So that was lucky. But we'd also got people coming out going oh, no, it's worse. I had, conspiracy theory friends of mine, I say conspiracy theory, we've got truthers, whatever we call ourselves. I don't personally go by tags or whatever, but people who are like me were coming out saying, no, they've said it's worse than it is, and here we are, it's come over to us. Apparently we're the worst hit in Europe. The only people that I know that have been touched by this is a lady who died of old age, who was put down as COVID-19, and a lady who was thankfully a nurse, who died of pneumonia, who was also put down as COVID-19. They're the only two COVID-19 deaths that I have any personal interaction with at all. and they're both fake. So, like, literally, we were told before this hit over here, be afraid, be very afraid. People are going to drop down dead in the street. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Remember the thing, like the picture of all the coffins from all the dead people in Italy that turned out to be from a fucking Netflix show? Like, literally, shit is changing. They change their mind every day. We went from coronavirus to COVID-19. There's also NCOV something or another, I think. We've got now, like, we've gone from epidemic to pandemic, and now it's crisis. Everybody's called this crisis. It's not a fucking crisis. It's got a less than 1% death rate. And that's if you catch it. That's only if you catch it. The amount of people who won't catch it eclipses that innumerably. The numbers we're talking about are fucking infinitesimal, and we are still being kept in our houses, well, until Monday, and it's all a massive pile of bollocks.